I couldn't. So, okay, so this is a guidebook, okay, and we have done so far Wahi. Last week we did Ilham, okay, and we are understanding a new article, that is miracles, Maujizaat. In Arabic, it's called Maujizaat, okay. So, what is Maujizaat? Actually, something which is not natural, like, 1 minute. Aslan, you can join your class. How we see things happening in Harry Potter or some, fiction stories. Okay. So that kind of thing, okay, which is normally not natural, but it happened, okay. So that thing is called mujizaat, okay, in Arabic, miracles in English, okay. Now there is a little difference between the Harry Potter and the fiction stories and the concept in Islam. Okay, so inshallah we will learn about these things today. Okay, so if you have any question in mind, right away, just ask me, and I will explain the point to you. Okay, just don't wait and don't say in the end like yesterday, like last time. Okay, that I didn't understand, especially to you, Ahsan. Okay. So the ayah is, we have sent our messengers with clear sign. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling all the people, all the ummah, that whenever I send any prophet down with my book or with my teachings to 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 just educate the ummah, to educate my people. So I always give some clear signs to them that you can easily find out, okay, this is not a normal person, this is a messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed the Anbiya with various miracles, mujizaat. Okay, I can give this for reading to anyone else. Okay, Farah, you can read.
Just this first paragraph.
Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed the Anbiya alayhi salam with various miracles, mujizaat, so that these miracles could convince people of the truthfulness of their claim to prophethood. Mujizaat is a miraculous act that is performed by the Anbiya alayhi salam with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and which is beyond the natural ability of ordinary human beings. It displays the power and might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the hands of the Anbiya alayhi salam.
Jazakallah khair. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam with various miracles. So it is very clear, the topic is very clear, that miracles is given to Anbiya. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed Anbiya by giving some miracles, okay, mu'jizat, so that these miracles could convince people of the truthfulness of their claim to prophethood. Some people are very stubborn. Some people say, I don't believe you that you are a prophet. Why should I believe that whatever you are saying is right? Right? So some people are very stubborn at the time of prophethood, at the time of, when different messengers uh, were just talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The stubborn people always make fun of them. Like when Nuh alayhi salam was making the boat, people were making fun of Nuh alayhi salam, and they were not ready to accept that he is a prophet, right? So these kind of people are always there among all the good people. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the mujiza, give the miracle to the Anbiya, to the messenger, so they can convince people by showing their miracle that, okay, I'm a prophet and my words are true. I am talking the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Maujizaat is a miraculous act that is performed by the Anbiya with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is Maujiza? What is Maujizaat? Maujizaat is a plural, Maujiza is singular. Okay. What is miracle? What is Maujiza? Actually, it's a miraculous act that is performed by Ambiya. Ambiya do something which is not natural, which is beyond natural. Okay. But whatever they do with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They were not allowed to do by themselves. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give this ability to them, and then they perform, and which is beyond the natural ability of ordinary human beings. And that ability to perform the mujiza is something not natural, and ordinary human beings cannot do it. Okay, it cannot be performed by ordinary people. Okay, it display the power and might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why the ordinary human beings cannot do that? Because the mu'jiza normally display the power and the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much powerful is Allah, that Allah is blessed this miracle to this person at the hands of Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. Okay, so now you understand what is mu'jiza, mu'jizat. Mu'jizat is basically, you know, something which is not natural. When you see how when you see some fiction movie, you feel like, oh, it's not natural, it's fiction, right? So, but fiction is something fiction. It's a story, it's a movie, it's a star in the movie, it's end in the movie, right? But mujizaat, miracle is something natural. It happened in real at the time of the prophet. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give this ability to prophets so they can convince the people, look, this is not natural, but I'm doing it. So now your job is to believe me that I am a prophet and I am a messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and my message, whatever I am giving to you, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Is this clear till now, till here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
alhamdulillah. A miraculous act is called a mujiza only if it is performed by a nabi. The question arises that, like when you see in a movie, I'm just taking an example of Harry Potter, okay? Like whatever he is doing, if they put someone else instead of Harry Potter, they can also do that fiction, right? Any hero can do the fiction. If they hire someone else, they can do it, right? If you are watching another movie, I don't remember any other movie. If you have anything in your mind, just share the name of the movie. Any fiction movie? Nobody knows?
Any fiction movie?
Mm-hmm. Anyone?
Marvel.
Okay. So let's suppose the movie Rania is telling, if whoever is the hero, if that is not the person, if they remove that person, if they just appoint someone else in place of that person, they can also do that, right? Anyone else can do, because it's a movie and anyone else can do it, right? But the mujiza, okay, but the mujiza, they are just making you very clear. Mujiza is the same thing, like a fiction, looks like a fiction, but it's not fiction, it's real. Okay, but it can only be performed by nabi, okay, by messenger, by the prophet. Okay, no one else can do the mu'jiza. Just keep this in mind. If a question come in mind, oh, that prophet did this, so can I also do that? Can my brother do that? No, that he was a nabi, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this miraculous ability to only his messenger. No one else can do that. First thing, make it very clear in mind. Clear? Yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Number two, Nabi cannot perform the mujiza without the will and permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is also very important to understand. Let's suppose a Nabi is doing a miraculous act. Okay, a Nabi is doing which is something not natural. Okay, now if a Nabi is is doing a mujiza, can anyone claim that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't tell this to do, but you are doing it? Is it possible?
No.
It's
No.
not possible.
No.
Nabi cannot perform any mu'jiza without Allah's permission. Keep in mind, without Allah wish or without Allah permission. When Allah give the permission and when Allah will, then a Nabi can perform a mu'jiza. Otherwise, a Nabi cannot perform a mu'jiza. Okay? This is a second understanding about this. Third, example of some mu'jizaat performed by the Anbiya. Now we will talk about some special mu'jizaat. There are so many, but we are just talking about few which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assigned to his prophets to show the sign to other people. Okay. Number one, Nabi Saleh alayhi salam. Saleh alayhi salam was a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And people, when he tried to convince people on the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what happened? They were not ready to obey the message of Hazrat Saleh, Prophet Saleh alayhi salam. Give me a second. Okay, Maryam Adnan, you can join the class. So, you know what happened? Prophet Saleh alayhi salam, he was trying to convince people, but no one was ready to understand, the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then what happened? He caused a she camel to miraculously emerge from within a rocky mountain. What happened? People were asking him, if you are a prophet, why should I believe on you? If you are a prophet, can you order the mountain and a camel, just came out from this mountain? Then I will believe you. Then Saleh alayhi salam, forward this message to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that people are asking me to prove that I'm a prophet and they want a camel come from this mountain. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the dua of Saleh alayhi salam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the mountain, and then a camel came out from the mountain. Here always remember one thing. If a people claim something from a prophet and prophet did that miracle for them, because that is not natural. A camel came out, a mountain, a mountain is there, a huge mountain is there, and a camel is coming out from a mountain. It's not a natural thing. Okay, but keep in mind that if, let's suppose, people are asking some mujiza from a prophet, and prophet request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, convince Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that these people are not ready to believe on me, and they are asking this miracle, and they are asking this to me, right, to do. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, and when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow this permission to that prophet, and prophet did the same thing as people were asking a she camel, and prophet did the same thing, right? So once, if a prophet did the thing, then it is mandatory on the people who were asking this mujiza to obey the prophet. If they will not obey, then, because they claim for that miracle, right? They ask for that miracle. So if they will not obey after watching that miracle, then Allah punishment will come. Allah azab will come. Okay. So when a she camel came, then because the camel was not an ordinary camel, that was a camel came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when sent the camel, she was drinking lot of water. So they decide, okay, this day you guys can take the water from the river, but one day is reserved for the camel, and no one is allowed to take the water from here, because she will utilize the water all day. And people were at that time, they accepted the request, the order, not request. But after that, they were getting upset. Oh, she is drinking the water, and we are not getting water this day. So they decide to kill the camel. You can read the ayah in Surah Shams. Yes, Rania, you want to go?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, go.
Love this.
Allah Hafiz. So they,
I'm auntie.
so so they, so what happened? They were getting upset. Oh, we are not getting water one day. So they decide to kill the camel. And if we will kill the camel, then this problem will be solved. And we read this in Surah Shams. Let me open Surah Shams and I'll show you. 1 minute.
I'm auntie.
Yes, Rahim?
I have to go too.
Oh, you have to go? Go. Go. 1 minute. Uh, okay, so the ayah is فَقَالَ لَهُمْ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ نَاقَةَ اللَّهِ وَسُقْيَاهَا. So فَقَالَ لَهُمْ, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to them, Rasulullah, to the prophet, Allah's prophet, naqatallahi, that stay, naqa means camel, stay away from the camel, wasuqiyaha, and the turn she has for the water. Can you see the screen?
No.
No.
No? Okay, 1 minute. Mm. Now can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, look, this is Surah Shams, 30th para. فَقَالَ لَهُمْ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ, so the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to them, فَقَالَ, said, lahum, to the people, Rasulullah, the people, the 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 Rasul means prophet and Allah means Allah. Okay, the Allah's prophet. Okay, he told the people, naqatallahi wa suqiyaha, the she camel of Allah and her drink. Stay away from the she camel. Naqa means camel. Allah, the camel of Allah, wa suqiyaha, the water she is drinking. فَكَذَّبُوهُ, so they denied him, they refused, no, because they were making their own plan, right? فَعَقَرُوهَا, and then finally what they did, they killed her. فَعَقَرُوهَا, they killed the camel. Okay, فَدَمْدَمَ عَلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ, so their Lord destroyed them. Because once a miracle come, once people ask about the miracle to the Prophet, and Prophet request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah give permission, this all the story is happening behind, right? Allah accept the permission, a miracle happened, and once a miracle happened, and when they denied, oh, we are not ready to accept this, we are feeling now we are in trouble. We were okay before, we were using the water 7 days, right? And now we are in trouble. We are not supposed to utilize the water 7 days, and we have to wait for one day, right? So they were feeling a trouble, and what they did, they killed. But that was not an ordinary camel, that was a camel came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Just against the dua of Salih alayhi salam, right? So they didn't think about the punishment, and they killed her. فَدَمْدَمَ عَلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ, so their Lord destroyed them. بِذَنْبِهِمْ فَسَوَّاهَا, for their sin, and leveled them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, punished them for their sin, that they killed the camel. And not only, not only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them punishment, the punishment was very, 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 very hard. وَلَا يُخَافُ عُقْبَاهَا, and he does not fear the consequences. So this is little, the story. There are so many places in Quran where you can read the story, but this is a place in Surah Shams. Give me a second. Where is our book? Okay, let's come back to our book. So now you understand what happened with Salih alayhi salam camel, and why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the punishment?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Okay, Nabi Musa alayhi salam. We all know this is a very, 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 very famous story, that Musa alayhi salam, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Musa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said first, "Oh Musa, you are now prophet." Okay, he was on Tur, and Musa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him news that, okay, you are now my prophet, and go to Fir'aun and give a message to Fir'aun. And what Musa alayhi salam said, Musa alayhi salam at that time said, "Oh, I am because we all know that when Musa alayhi salam was in his childhood, Fir'aun just give him a burning coal, and he put in his mouth, because he was testing Musa alayhi salam, he's a prophet or he's an ordinary person. So one side he put a coal, burning coal, and other side it was water or something. So he said, okay, go and pick one. If Musa alayhi salam pick the thing which is not hot, then he will understand he is not a prophet. So what happened? Musa alayhi salam basically one minute. Okay, Ushba, join the class. So Musa alayhi salam picked the burning coal and put in his mouth, and his whole tongue burned, and because of that burn, he was not able to talk in a normal way. The dua which we read in the start of our Quran class, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. This dua is basically the dua which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches Musa alayhi salam to read. And the dua is whatever is in the heart, Allah will make it easy, and people will understand what you are talking. Because Musa alayhi salam request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are asking me to go to Fir'aun and give your message to Fir'aun, right? But I am not able to speak properly. So can you please send my brother with me, so it will be little, I will be feeling little, little brave to talk about Allah, because we all know that Fir'aun was a very bad person, right? And he killed so many people. So Musa alayhi salam said, if my brother Harun will be with me, then it will be very easy for me to talk with with Fir'aun. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the same time revealed this dua to Musa alayhi salam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you will read Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, Allah will open the knot which is on your tongue, and it will be, Allah will make it easy. Whatever you are talking, it will be easy for you to talk in front of others, and they will understand what you are talking. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him two miracles. One, his staff stick turned into a serpent when he dropped it onto the ground. And number two, his hand turned shining white whenever he placed it under the armpit. We all know these two miracles of Nabi Musa alayhi salam. Whenever, because Nabi Musa alayhi salam always hold a stick when he walked. And when he was on Tur, mountain Tur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Musa, what is in your hand? And this is written in Quran. It's a Quran ayah. Allah is talking with Musa alayhi salam, because Musa alayhi salam called Kalimullah. We all know, right? His title is Kalimullah. The one, he is the only prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk with him. No other prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk through angels, but Musa alayhi salam is the prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always talk directly. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking Musa, what is in your hand? And Musa alayhi salam said, this is my stick. And he didn't finish by saying this is my stick. He said, sometime I just use this stick to take the leaves from the tree. I just bang the tree and for getting some leaves. And sometime I when I am uh, going with my goats here and there, so I use my stick to organize them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Musa alayhi salam, can you please throw this stick on the floor? And then Musa alayhi salam as soon throw threw the stick on the floor, and it became a big giant snake. And Musa alayhi salam got scared. It's written in Quran. Musa alayhi salam got scared and he started running away from that snake. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, no, Musa, don't scared. Just hold this snake back into your hand. And Musa alayhi salam was scared. He was taking the snake in his hand. But when Musa alayhi salam hold the snake in his hand, it turned into the stick again. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Musa alayhi salam, this is a miracle I am giving to you. This is a mujizaat I am giving to you. So you can go and you can show this miracle to the people of Fir'aun. So inshallah they will you can easily convince them that you are a prophet. And once they were convinced you are a prophet, you can talk about me, the oneness of Allah, and every other message of mine. And second miracle Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Musa alayhi salam was his hand turned shining white whenever he placed under the armpit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Musa alayhi salam, can you please put your hand under the armpit? And when he put his hand under his armpit, it turned, and as soon he just take out, and it turned into a white shining it was shining like a moon. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is a second miracle to you. So you can keep this, you can have these two miracles, and you can go and talk with Musa alayhi salam. What happened when Musa alayhi salam present himself in the palace of Fir'aun, and he talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Fir'aun was not ready to accept that, because he always said, Ana, we read in Surah Naziat 30th para, he always say, Ana rabbukumul a'la, I am the Lord. Musa always, Pharaoh always claim, Ana rabbukumul a'la, I am the Lord. He always claim, we read in Quran that he always claim, I am the Lord. So it was very hard for him to accept that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the message that I am the Lord, not you. He was not ready to accept this. So he said, okay, when and Fir'aun normally was a very cruel person. He ordered and people, killed uh, uh, as soon he uh, say anyone to kill. But what happened? Because Musa was in his childhood was in the palace of Fir'aun, so he has a little soft corner for Musa alayhi salam. So he was angry, but he was not angry as this much level. So he asked Musa, he said, "Oh Musa, how can you prove that you are not an ordinary person? You are a prophet." And what we have read, that Musa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always give miracles and mujizaat to Anbiya so they can convince other people. So Musa alayhi salam said, "Okay, I have two miracles." And he showed his miracle. As soon he showed his miracle, rather than accepting that he's a prophet, Fir'aun directly claimed that, oh, it's a magic. It's not a miracle, it's a magic. So, what Fir'aun did? He said, oh, if he's showing a magic, I will make a competition and I will call so many people and then we will do a big competition. So you can go and you can come back to that day and then we will see you are a big magician and or others are good. So he hired so many magicians. And then what happened? The day when it was a when it was a competition day, what happened? When Musa alayhi salam came and there were few other magicians, they were ready. So 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 the magician said the magicians and Musa and Pharaoh organized so many audience to see all this because he was thinking that Musa alayhi salam is showing some kind of magic and I'm getting chance to make fun of Musa alayhi salam in front of all the crowd. So what happened when the magician asked Musa alayhi salam, you want, do you want to throw your stick first or you want us to start magic? Musa alayhi salam said, okay, you can start your magic. And it's all written in Quran. As soon the magicians throw their sticks on the floor, they become a teeny tiny snakes. And there were so many magicians, so many snakes were there. And they were thinking now Musa alayhi salam will accept that my magic is will not work in front of yours because you are too many, right? But what happened? As soon Musa alayhi salam threw the stick on the floor, it became a giant snake and it ate all the small snakes. As soon it ate all the small snakes, what happened? The magicians, because they were magicians, they understand that this is a magic. So they bow down in front of Musa alayhi salam and what they said? They said that I accept you as a prophet and accept your Lord, and we believe on your God. And Fir'aun was at that time he was thinking that Musa alayhi salam, we will make fun of Musa alayhi salam in front of all crowd. But what happened? Firaun was all shocked what happened because Firaun was not ready to accept that Musa alayhi salam, whatever Musa alayhi salam is showing is a is a mujiza. It's a miracle. But magicians understood that this is a mujiza. This is not a magic. That's why they bow down and that's why they accept that you we accept you and your Lord. And from that day, a few people start following Musa alayhi salam and left. That people are called Bani Israel in Quran. Okay, if you read this word Bani Israel, then you will understand. Okay, these are the Bani Israel is basically the people of Musa alayhi salam. Then from that day, a short group of Musa alayhi salam start following the prophethood of Musa alayhi salam as well as the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from that day. And it is also written in the books that Musa alayhi salam said, "Oh Allah, why they were using their magic on me, and why you forgive all of them?" And you know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Oh Musa, they were they dress up like you, they were looking like you, and when they were showing their magic they were trying to copy you. That's why I feel love towards them and I forgive all the magicians." So that is why from this people, the ulama drive that if you copy your prophet, then more chances to go in Jannah. If you copy, if you try to follow, imitate or copy your prophet, more chances to go in Jannah. So this was a story of Musa alayhi salam, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give these two miracles to Musa alayhi salam, and how they use. There is one more prophet whose miracle is very very famous. That is Isa
Saman,
alayhi salam. Yes.
can we take a quick Maghrib break?
Oh yeah. Okay.
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 Jazakallah.
And Farah.
I would be a little skeptical at first and not believe it, but after seeing like the magicians believe it, then I would start to think and then believe it.
Then you believe it?
Yeah.
Hard for me to believe, right away watching something
Yeah.
which is very similar to magic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Nabiha.
I think it would be crazy and shocking to see, but if I saw it in person, I think I would start following Nabi Musa alayhi salam.
Okay, because his own personality plus the miracle, right? So might be it's a turning point for the one who is not Muslim, right? Kamil.
I would be like kind of shocked because no ordinary person could just make a stick into a snake. So I would just start believing in Allah and
You
him.
start believing in
Yeah.
Allah. Okay. And I have one more question. Like there were, there were two people. There were Musa alayhi salam on one side and the magicians were other side, and they all were doing the same thing. They were also making, throwing their sticks on the floor, and it was turning into small snakes. And on the other hand, Musa alayhi salam is throwing his stick and it's turned into a big giant snake and ate all the small snake. So two were there. Okay, so what kind of feeling do you have about both of them before starting watching this competition? Shamil? Okay, think about the answer. The question I asked. Let me ask from Ehsan and Afan by the time. Okay, yes, Ehsan.
Uh, to be honest, I'd be scared and
You will be scared.
I'd be scared and really confused.
Uh-huh.
And then when the magicians start getting confused too, then I would get even more confused because then I thought that was just magic, like not actually real, but well, I don't know how to say it, but basically the same thing as Farah.
Same thing as Farah. What Farah said.
Like I'd be skeptical at first, but then when the magicians start like believing it,
Mm-hmm.
then I would believe it.
Okay. Okay. Good. Afan.
I would be in shock that somebody turned a stick into a really big snake,
Mm-hmm.
and I would start worshiping Allah, and I would see that the other magicians are worshiping him too. So I would too.
Okay. Ehsan, are you raising your hand again?
Oh no, I forgot to lower it.
Okay. Okay. So my second question: when you were watching two people doing the same thing, so what will be your reaction at that time? Yes. Let's start with Farah.
sorry, my two people, like a magician and like an Ambiya I saw
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
the
One side was the magicians, all the magicians, right?
Mhm.
He called from
Well,
different places, and one side is only alone Isa alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam.
well, I would again, I would be a little, I wouldn't believe it at first, but then when I would think about it and see what Musa alayhi salam did, then I would believe it because it's just one person, and then all these magicians just bow down to Musa alayhi salam immediately. So then you kind of think that maybe Musa alayhi salam
So
is.
you will believe because he was having a giant snake which ate all the snakes, or no, because you believe that that was a miracle and rest of the other people were showing magic.
I would believe that it's a miracle because the people who are experts in magic say that like that, oh, this is not magic, this is a miracle.
Yeah, that's the main thing. The
Yeah.
people who are actually magicians are a good, they were a good magicians, and they are saying that what we are showing is magic and the person is showing is miracle. Okay, so that was a big witness. Okay, that's a good answer. Yes, Kamil,
I don't have my hand raised. Yeah, I think it was shock.
Nabiha.
I agree with Farah and everyone else. So
Okay, all right. Okay, what is the next question? Even though many people witnessed the miracle of the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, they still refuse to believe in only one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What do you think this was so? So why other people were, they witnessed that he is showing miracle, but there were many people who refused to believe the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What do you think about it?
Because they probably thought it was magic.
They were still thinking that it's a magic. Okay, Farah.
I don't know if I'm right, but didn't Pharaoh say that he was God? So maybe they were scared that if they thought somebody else was God, that Pharaoh would like punish them or something.
Mm-hmm. Afan.
They still didn't believe because they still thought that it was still magic.
They were thinking it's still a magic.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Okay, Nabiha.
I think some people were just stubborn, and even if you had laid everything out for them and shown them proof and evidence, they just didn't want to believe.
This is the very right answer. What Nabiha is saying is the very right answer. Some people are very stubborn and they know this is truth, but they are not ready to believe it. And it happened with Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When we will be talking about Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inshallah, I'll be give you a few examples about this, inshallah. Okay. Yes, Noor and Shamil, you want to add something in this?
Like another reason they could also, like, if for example if they're like not stubborn and they just like maybe because all the other magicians can also make a snake and like from like a stick and stuff, so then you'd be like, oh, he just made an even bigger snake,
Yeah.
same thing but just like bigger.
Yeah, they were thinking this is also a magic. The only difference is he is making a bigger snake. Okay, Shamil, Kamil, Essen.
People would probably be shocked because like they would think it's magic because he's making like a bigger snake than the other magicians.
Okay, so some people were shocked. That's why they were not ready to accept this. Okay, and Essen.
Uh, the I got nothing in mind right now. Guys, I had the same idea as Shamil. Like not
Okay,
idea, but
Kamil.
Didn't I already say mine?
Okay, I personally feel Nabiha answer is very close. Like if I if I look the story happened with Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that was the same story. People were coming, people were sitting in the gathering of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They believe he is a prophet, but they were not ready to accept. So might be this happened that they knew that it's a miracle, but they were thinking, if I believe, if I'll show that this is a miracle, then I have to believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. So better to stop at this stage, not to believe, and then we will be safe. Or might be some people will be scared from Firaun because he was a very very cruel person, and he killed most of the time people right away. So maybe they wanted to save their life, and that's why they want to stay quiet, or they don't want to accept this could be one more reason. But my last question is, what do you think, like what Firon will be thinking at that time? Like he arranged a big competition, he want to show people that, oh, he is an insane person, or he is mad, or he's a magician. And he arranged so many magicians, and a competition started. And then the magicians he arranged are, they bow down and they said, oh, we accept, we believe in you and your Allah. So what do you think? What will be the reaction, or what will be the feeling of Pharaoh at that time? Let's start with Farah. Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Look, everything was arranged by Pharaoh, right?
Yes.
Because Pharaoh want to show other people that the message Musa alayhi salam is trying to convey to us, that believe the oneness of God, and showing the miracles to prove this
Mhm.
is all fake, it's all magic. And he said, I will bring my magicians, and I will arrange a big competition, and I will prove you that this is not a miracle, this is a magic. He arranged a competition. Fir'aun arranged a big competition, and in that competition, the magicians which Fir'aun arranged bow down, and they said, okay, now we believe in Musa and his God. So what will be the reaction of the person who is arranging all this competition, who is the king, who is stubborn, who is thinking like, okay, I will prove that
Yeah.
Musa is wrong.
Okay, I think he'll probably be very, very mad because he was showed that he was very wrong and he thought he was going to be right. And yeah, he'll be really
Very
mad.
good. Nabiha?
I think he may have felt betrayed by the magicians who started believing in Allah, but I also think he felt defeated. And I think he probably was also scared because I think there's something like disbelievers are often scared, especially when they're faced with reality. And so I think as soon as he started seeing that, like, Allah is so powerful that, like, he's actually making miracles happen, he must have been scared a little bit.
No, Nabiha, he was not scared. I will tell you what happened next, okay? First, let me listen from all of them who are raising hand. Yes, Noor?
I think he would be confused, mad, like because everybody who's like watching, like they all are now gonna start to think like, oh, Throne isn't the king, like how is this like possible? So Throne, even if he realizes that, oh, like he is like Allah Ta'ala is like the real God, he won't like give in because he knows that everybody then will be really upset with him and it'll like he'll lose all his power.
Yeah, this is a little cold answer. He was very, very mad. Afan?
uh like the same thing that she said. If he even thought about like Allah was real, that he was the king and he would lose all his power.
Kamil?
I think that he was mad and kind of sad that um people just people were probably saying like, oh, how did we believe him? Is This is probably just magic, he tricked us or something.
Mm-hmm. Essen?
I feel like he got like destroyed basically. Like his life got ruined and stuff, and like everyone just started just hating him.
No, it was not like that that people start hating him. You know, he was a king. Okay, all of you, listen. He was a king. If he believes that this is a miracle, then second step he has to believe the oneness of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And a person who is saying I am the Lord, it is very hard for him to believe that I'm not a God
No,
and
like
God is someone else, right? Now, what happened if he believes? He knew that my magicians are accepting this is a miracle, so it must be a miracle. But if he believed that this is a miracle, then he has to go on the next step. That if it's a
no,
miracle, then he's a
like
prophet. And if he's a prophet, whatever he is saying about the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has to accept the second step as well, right? So what he decide that it's better not to accept anything and become mad. So the same story which we learned that Musa alayhi salam and the magicians start running and they wanted to move away from there, and then the river and you know Pharaoh start, following them because Pharaoh ordered to kill all the people because, of course he was very, very mad. He has to follow all the further step if we accept this is a magic and this is a miracle. And second, the audience were there, the crowd were there. Once he has to accept that this is a miracle, then he has to accept the oneness of Allah. And once he accept the oneness of Allah, his kingdom is all fail, right? The people who were sitting, they also have to believe the oneness of Allah, and he was saying, I'm the Lord, right? So what happened? He ordered to kill. He was I'm giving the answer of Nabiha, like he was afraid. No, he was not afraid. He ordered to kill everyone, and the people start running. The magicians and Musa alayhi salam start they ran away from there, and a place, 1 minute, they start running, and a place came where they didn't find any spot. They stuck here. Okay, Musa alayhi salam and all the magicians stuck here because the further ahead was the river, and behind the army of Pharaoh at the back. So at that time, the magicians say, oh, we believe on you, and now we are stuck. Our life is all finished. And then Musa alayhi salam said, no, I believe on my God, and he will save all of us. And then he again threw his stick in this river. And what happened? The river became apart, and and the one river just frozen this side, another part of the river frozen this side, and this is all a road in between. So Musa alayhi salam said, look, I told you that it will not be Allah will not leave us alone. And then they start passing from here, and when they were passing, Pharaoh army and Pharaoh, they also follow Musa alayhi salam. And when they were in the middle of the river, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the mountain, river to just close the path which they make for Musa alayhi salam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the river to close this path. And at that time, it is written in the book, at that time, angel Jibrail alayhi salam came down, and angel Jibrail alayhi salam just hold the mud, and he was throwing the mud in the mouth of Fir'aun. And why he was throwing the mud in the mouth of Fir'aun? Because it is written in the book that Jibril alayhi salam was thinking Pharaoh was a very bad person because he killed so many people, so many people. So they were thinking that if he will ask forgiveness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, might be Allah will forgive Musa alayhi salam, Pharaoh. So he was putting the mud in the mouth so he cannot say, oh Allah, please forgive me. And this happened when at the time of death. It is written in the books that at the time of death, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just remove all the curtains before death, and people start the one who is dying, he start watching the angels, Jannah, Jahannam, everything. So the same happened with same happened with Firaun, that he start watching the angels, because now angels are there to grab him. And now he starts saying, okay, I accept Musa and I accept the Lord of Musa, I accept Musa. But it is written in the book, always keep this in mind, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take the ruh, the soul from the body, from your toes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala start taking the soul from the body, from the toes, and then it move up, 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 up. By the time it comes to your neck, once it reaches the neck, then if you will ask sorry about your punishment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will not accept. Because this is a time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove all the curtains and you start watching the angels, Jannah and Jahannam, that angels are here to pick us, and they are calling us to leave the world. So this is a time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never accept the forgiveness if you are asking any kind of forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you are asking forgiveness before this time, Allah will accept and Allah will forgive you. So what happened? Firaun start asking the forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he start watching the angels. And now when he believed, now it's time to leave the world. At that time he was asking, and he is saying, Musa, I accept you and your Lord. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that this is not a time. Now I will not accept your repentance. Okay. And there is one more thing which I will tell you inshallah in next class, because I know the time is too it's already 6 o'clock. I will tell the last part of the Firaun, which is written in the Quran, what happened with the body of Firaun, inshallah. So we will talk about it in our next class, and the 2 more prophets, inshallah. Okay, so we will keep the class till here. And if you have any question, inshallah, keep in your mind, and inshallah, we will talk in our next class. Okay, so read the dua. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.